Before we start with the schemas of the dimensional model, let's understand the dimensions and facts a bit more in detail. A dimension is an object in the data warehouse world which provides the means to slice and dice data, and it is an element which is similar to a categorical variable in statistics. For example, location, date, product, right? These are all the dimensions that could be applied meaningfully to a sales receipt or a final sales report, right? Without the time dimension, without the location, without the product, or without the organization from where it has been sold, the sales report or the receipt is not complete, right? So these are all the supporting or the descriptive aspects of that particular object, of that particular fact. The primary function of dimensions can be divided into threefold, right? To provide filtering, grouping, and labeling. For example, in a data warehouse where each person is categorized as having a gender of male, female, or unknown, a user of the data warehouse would then be able to filter or categorize each presentation or report, either filtering based on the gender dimension or displaying results broken out by the gender, right? So it is either choosing one of those three or looking at all three at the same time, right? Now, each dimension in a data warehouse may have one or more hierarchies applied to it. Now, the best example for that is the time dimension, right? There are several possible hierarchies here, like you can start from day, which moves up to month, which moves up to year, or you can go from day, week, year, or day, month, quarter, year, etc. Right? So there are multiple types of dimensions, like confirmed dimension, junk dimension, degenerated dimension, and slowly changing dimension. We'll discuss these further in detail with an example little later. This is just for you to understand now on what is a dimension, so that it will be clear for you when we are talking about the star schema and the snowflake schema. All right. Now, let's talk about fact. As defined by Kimball, fact tables are the foundation of the data warehouse. They contain the fundamental measurements of the enterprise, and they are the ultimate target for most of the data warehouse queries. So these fact tables usually provide the additive values that act as independent variables by which dimensional attributes are analyzed, right? So the fact tables are often defined by their grain or the lowest level. Now, the grain of a fact table represents the most atomic value by which the facts may be defined, right? What is the grain of this fact table? It will be the sales dollar, right? So now the grain of the sales fact table, which we use in this example, might be stated as the sale dollar by day, by product, by store, which can be divided or which can be isolated at a lowest grain or the lowest level of granularity possible. Other dimensions might be members of this fact, such as the location and the organization, but these add nothing to the uniqueness of the fact record, right? So once you have the lowest granular level, though you have multiple other dimensions which can include it, once it goes to the lowest level, that's the lowest level possible, right? So these dimensions allow or give multiple opportunities for additional slicing of the independent facts, but generally provide insights at a higher level of aggregation. All right. So basically, the usual difference between a dimension and a fact is dimension is descriptive. However, a fact is a measurable content with all descriptive values connected to it. All right. Let's talk about the types of facts. There are three types additive, non-additive, and semi-additive. Let's talk about each one of them. An additive fact is the one which has the transaction date giving the information on different dimensions of each transaction and the measurements. Now, in the example on the screen, which is a sales table where you have a dimension for customer ID, date of sales, and the sale ID, right? And the measurement is the quantity and the amount. These are the two possible measures which can be considered for a fact table, right? So in this case, you can group all of these records by customer or the day of sale or by the sales ID, right? And based on the choice which you take, the quantity and amount can be aggregated. So that's an additive fact, right? This is a kind of a fact table which can be summed or aggregated through all the dimensional columns to get a grouped by analysis and result giving the summed measurement or amount with respect to different dimension combinations. So you have three dimensions here. One is sales ID, customer ID, and date. Now, these three can be used to aggregate your fact data values, which is quantity and amount, right? That's an additive fact. Semi-additive facts. Now, as you can see, a good example can be a banking balance transaction here on the screen that gives the debit and the credit information and the balance post any transaction of that particular respective customer. A simple example can be you transacting an ATM machine on a daily basis, right? You can use it for multiple reasons, right? If you take an extract of that transactions and want to see what is the current balance, this might look something like this, right? You withdraw some amount and some amounts get deposited from somebody else or from some other source. Now, based on the data which you see on the screen here, it would not make any sense for us to sum up the amounts with respect to the date, right? If you sum up with respect to the date, though here you have transaction type as credit and debit, right? So if you sum up on this, you'll have a different number or a meaningless number which will not make any sense to you. Now, whereas the same can be helpful to track out the balances when you take it based on your customer ID, right? If this is your customer ID and if you group by all the balance amount based on the credit and debit, you'll get the total balance available at the point of grouping, right? So the only possible option for you to group is the customer ID dimension or the customer dimension. So what is the difference between the additive fact and the semi-additive fact? Additive facts dimensions, you can use all of them to get your summarization done. However, in semi-additive facts, you'll have limited number of dimension attributes with which you can summarize it, right? So a semi-additive facts are the one which comprise of dimensions and the measure information, and the facts are summed up with respect to some of the dimensions and cannot be summed up with other dimensions like your account number, transaction type, date, or the transaction ID in this specific example, right? So that's about semi-additive facts. Let's talk about the non-additive facts. A non-additive fact would be with the measure and dimension where there would be no requirement of aggregation that can give any meaningful data, right? Now this is still a fact table, but there is no chance of possibility to aggregate the data, right? As you can see in the example here, the information on the discounts with respect to the products and on the respective dates, right? On what will you aggregate on? If you take the customer ID to aggregate, you would get an aggregated value of discount, but that's not the actual discount which a customer has got overall, right? it has to be split into product. So if you take a customer and a product, then you will know what is the discount given. Now let's say if there is a customer who has bought the same product again, even then if you group it, it doesn't make sense that he's got more than 26% of discount, right? So for a customer, for a product, he'll get only a specific percentage of discount, right? So this kind of facts do not have an option to perform any summarization or aggregations. Those are non-additive facts. Let's talk about the factless facts. Now, as the name says, this does not have any measures, right? You don't have any number like quantity, dollar, discount, etc., right? These fact tables are completely built on dimensions and only are called as the factless ones. These facts basically help in getting the combination of different dimensions to make a meaningful intersection out of them, right? Now, as you can see in the example here, there is a promotional code for each product for a particular date. Here, all the dimensions are there and they would still make sense individually in the end user's point of view to build it as a fact table, bringing the product for a particular date with the right promo code assigned to it, right? That's the factless fact. So a quick recap. Additive facts, you can use all dimension attributes within the additive fact to get your summarization or aggregation done. Now this is one of the common types of facts which are used in majority of the data warehouse implementation. Semi-additive facts, not all dimension attributes can be used to perform the summarization or aggregation. Only certain attributes would make sense for the aggregation to happen. Non-additive facts, though you have the measure value in this, your dimension attributes will not give you an option to perform the aggregation. Factless facts do not contain measure attributes at all, but these is still a dimensional group or dimensional set of attributes which would still make sense at certain business cases. So those are the factless facts. Now hope this was helpful in understanding the basic type of facts that we can build as per the need and requirement on our data model considering the business requirements, right? And the decision to pick up the right fact type has to always be based on the business requirement and the scenario which is used for reporting or analytics. That's about the fact types.